I don't know what's going on in the world right now, but I think I've just watched a video where I actually walk away, agree with HS TikTok, which, in case you don't know, is a very problematic TikToker and YouTuber and social media influencer, I guess, who is currently on the run, and he's wanted in the UK police. And he's just absolutely grilled Bonnie Blue on stream to the point where she left, basically stormed out of the interview or the podcast or whatever, and apparently started breaking down and crying because she just couldn't handle it, which is absolutely insane. Now, we've got some of the key highlights here. You can find the full thing over on YouTube, on HS TikTok's YouTube. I'm not going to watch the full thing because it's incredibly long, but I'm going to give you some of the highlights. Now, just straight off the bat, he kind of set the tone quite, insanely with this little nugget right here.
Hi. You alright? Oh, we're doing elbows.
Elbows, I just don't know what, I've got to keep myself protected at all times on this stream.
Oh, really? Because I see you hanging around with bigger than me.
Oh, that's a huge statement right there.
Really?
I don't think they could be bigger than you.
No,
you know what I mean?
but they're just more dirty.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean?
Explain what you mean by that.
They pretend they're not.
Quickly, wait a second.
Right, so that kind of sets the tone for what is about to follow, and as you can imagine, it doesn't really get too much, better than that. It gets, just watch these clips, guys, just watch them.
Damaging. You want to sleep with kids because the 18-year-old kids are your target demographic to sub to your page. No, they're your target.
Barely breathing as well.
They're your target.
Okay, well,
you'll take the barely breathing.
Yeah. Have you been to one of my events? No.
What? So you will take the barely breathing.
Yeah, they just like the wife's probably dead. So
to be fair,
are we now going to say, oh, an 18-year?
No. To be fair, I think an 8-year-old and he wants to tap. Like, I don't see that. If he wants to do it, do your thing, mate.
Exactly, it's the same at 18.
18 is totally different.
But the thing is, no, I did not do this before. But I also had never tried taking an 18-year-old's virginity, so I didn't know I liked it. I did it. I was like, fuck, this really turns me on. I enjoy it, and I'll make it a regular, like today.
And you don't think that that's going to damage his life? You don't think that is completely
He's just
damaging?
had the best sex of his life. He's just been able to learn about a woman's body. He's been able to learn what he enjoys in a safe environment.
What are you doing this for? What is all of this for? Apart from the money,
Fun,
then, what is it for?
Lifestyle, money.
It's just the money.
It's not.
And you've sold your whole.
No, I've just listed
you sold your whole
things,
personality for the money.
You're trying to say, oh my god, yeah, I tripped her up. Oh, she just does this for money.
She
just does this for clip. I'm telling you, I enjoy it, but you're ignoring it.
You don't enjoy it because you never slept with 1,000 guys before you did it.
And you see how many times I touched that lube? Never, because I am wet and I enjoy it. But instead, you're just going to sit there and go, nah, mate, that's disgusting.
You're wet thinking of the dollar signs, and you are absolutely ruining society with your actions.
Really?
And it's actually sad. And I know you're going to look back and regret it.
This is what everyone
There are
says.
other things you could have done. You could have been.
You'd be much more educated. And
if you actually enjoy this, if you actually enjoy doing this, then you have a screw loose.
Why? But this is what I mean. I sit here and
do you not care about your dignity as a female? You don't care.
Well,
because if you're smart, you understand how men should act and how women should act.
Yeah.
You understand. Why do you not want to be taken care of? Not reliant, not like, you're like bossed around.
I am taken care of. I have nice people around me.
No, you're not taken care of. You're the richest person who you're around. You are the breadwinner. If you were going out with a guy, you're making more dough than them.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that? It's fine.
So you don't agree in traditional values?
It doesn't need to be traditional, no.
Do you not want to be taken care of? You'd rather be completely degrade yourself.
As long as the guy's got a good work ethic, whatever that might be, I'm not bothered. I don't believe I need to be taken care of. If in the future I want to be taken care of,
but you're not going to be. You're not going to be. The only guy
that
the only guy that would.
Oh my God, you're never gonna.
No, but the only guy that would date you is an absolute loser. General G wouldn't even date you. General G wouldn't even date you.
Begging to come on this trip.
Let me call him right now.
Bonnie this, Bonnie that. I actually said he's that repulsive. If he comes on your stream, I'm leaving, and that's the truth. And you know it is. But you're going to talk shit now and say, oh, he's not going to touch me. It's fine.
I don't think you would. I don't think you would.
So you can see already that, there's the conflict is really starting to kick in, and Bonnie Blue's starting to get on the defensive a little bit with this stuff, and she's trying to, play him at the game, and she's like trying to catch him out and be like, oh, you're just trying to get it so that it could be a gotcha moment. And, HS TikTok is bringing... I mean, the traditional stuff, I'm not necessarily sure if that really works in that sense, if that makes sense. I don't think that, you know, the traditional idea is... I don't think the traditional stuff has necessarily got a place in the conversation. But, you know, there is a point in the interview where Bonnie Blue pretty much just breaks this character. Now, we know that Bonnie Blue is a character, right? You know, we've got the Tia Ballinger, which is her actual name, and you've got the Bonnie Blue, which is like the stage name, right? And she does a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of things that she says is kind of behind the guise and mask of this character. But we've never really seen her break character. Even when she's got grilled in the past, she's just this stoic kind of, you know, no fucks given character. But that kind of changes in this clip here.
Loser. General G would let her slot me off. The way you talking now, behaving, bruv, if I was pissed and it was like, maybe a little slops, maybe, okay? I'll be honest, maybe there'd be a chance of slops. But what I would honestly say is what you're actually putting out there is probably not even who you are. You're doing it just for clips to be the most bait girl in the world to make the money you're making, which is, I respect the money you're making.
The way I word
you wouldn't sleep with 1,000 guys if you weren't filming it. You wouldn't do it. So that's not who you are.
No,
I would go and chat to girls. I wouldn't go and walk up and down the strip for 3 hours talking to girls if it wasn't for that, but I would still talk to girls when I see them. So what I do is who I am. What you do isn't who you are. And I can tell, because you're pretty, you would have got a nice guy, you would have lived a good life anyway, but now you've gone down a dark path, and your whole legacy in the future is just going to be you being a whore and doing things that you don't even like. So when you grow up,
you're just assuming that I do
10 years time, 15 years...
If there's one thing I don't like pausing the clips halfway through, but it's just it's on my mind. If there's one thing that I don't like, it's like this, like almost like slut shaming kind of, you know, argument where, you know, you like calling names is like to me, once you start calling someone a name, you've lost. I'm not saying HS TikTok and Bonnie Blue are in a competition to win or lose or whatever, but I just feel like the second that you start labeling her a name, it's just like bang, she's got that ammunition, you know. She's just like, yeah, that's exactly what I am. It's like, you know, you just give her ammunition, you know, to kind of like you've lost it. Whereas if you just kind of like, I think if you were to like talk to her on like, because everyone just grills her, I think if someone was to just talk to her on a human like level where it was like not shaming, not horrible, not like nasty, I think you would probably get a lot more out of her. You'd probably be able to break down that Bonnie Blue character and get to the actual person that she is, which is what HS TikTok is clearly trying to do with this comment, but he's gone about it the wrong way, in my opinion.
Time when you're sat on 100 mil and you're sat there, you're going to look back and think, fuck, I could have been in the same house, the same boat, the same car, had a nice family with nice children.
To get that, mate.
No. What was your job before this shit?
25k, yeah. You think that brought me the moment
I know girls in Dubai making 10, 12, 15k a month doing recruitment. So that's a skill issue. That's a skill issue.
No.
Let her slot me off.
So, I don't know. I think that argument's one of the weaker ones towards the end there from HS TikTok, because she's got a point. You know, yes, you can get more money in recruitment. Isn't necessarily a skill issue. Not necessarily. Maybe it's an opportunity issue. But then he obviously goes on to say that apparently General G wouldn't even touch her. We heard that in a previous clip, but this is like a continuation of said clip.
He wouldn't even date you. General G wouldn't even date you.
Begging to come on this trip.
Let me call him right now.
Bonnie this, Bonnie that. I actually said, is that repulsive? If he comes on your stream, I'm leaving. And that's the truth, and you know it is. But you're going to talk shit now and say, oh, he's not going to touch me. It's fine.
I don't think he would.
Get the messages up?
I don't think he would.
Like that didn't happen.
Well,
he's bullshitting.
You wouldn't go near General G.
Well, so you invited General G.
But you'd go near an 18-year-old.
Yeah. One doesn't shower and goes up to 16-year-olds, an 18-year-old.
But you slept with 1,000 random people. So what's the difference between 1,000 random people and General G?
If General G was there in the queue in a blue ski mask, I wouldn't have known he's hanging out the back of me. But if you put him in front of me,
but you said,
of course I'm going to get rid of him. He would literally make my holes shrivel up. They would like.
So you wouldn't fuck just anyone.
Well, I would, but if you put General G and I know it's him, of course I'm going to avoid him.
Tell him.
I think I've already made that clear by saying if he walks on your stream, I'm going to leave.
You're going to leave? Why?
I said that to you, and you know that's why he's not on this trip right now.
Why would you leave though?
I find him disgusting. I don't need to like everyone. I'm allowed an opinion on people.
So what? Oh, he's not. He's definitely. You've upset him now. He's watching this stream.
I don't care.
You've probably upset him. What's wrong with him?
I don't like him personally. There's nothing wrong.
Was there a need to say all of that disgusting things about him? Because you say he doesn't shower, yeah? You
Yeah.
think he's disgusting. So in the same respect, do you think you're disgusting?
No, like
So what's the difference between General G that showers 3 times a year and probably sleeps with like 0 people and just tugs off every night?
Yeah.
To you, who sleeps with probably 2,000 people a year, raw. How is General G disgusting and you're not disgusting?
Do you wanna smell
You're
me?
the
Do you wanna
female
taste
General G.
me?
I don't want to smell your
I'm
naan
the female
bread, no.
General G. I think my BMI is in a healthy situation. I shower. And
Yeah,
I'm
your
a lot
BMI is
cleaner
probably
than
quite
them.
good because you're getting a lot of
Yeah.
cardio in.
Exactly.
You are getting a lot of. I'll give you
But no,
that.
of course, like other people can like him, that's absolutely fine. For me personally, no, I will not fuck him and I don't want anything to do with him. That's just my opinion.
Fair
and
enough.
everyone's like, you'd be allowed to say, you know what, I want nothing to do with Bonnie, I think she's disgusting, I think she's predator grim, whatever. That's fine. You're allowed an opinion. And everyone is, it's fine. I only defend the people I sleep with because, and I understand, people like you and other people go, oh, they're disgusting, they're vile. And then as soon as I say to you, how many of them have you interviewed? How many of them have you spoken to? You haven't. So everything's just opinion based. Just like, I don't know, it's the fact that General G, it's just that, you know, it smells. It's just
Mate,
my
you're
opinion.
absolutely waffling.
What, waffling that you've
You're
never
absolutely
spoken
waffling.
to anyone in my queue?
Why would I talk to one of the losers in your queue, mate?
That's something you're
The
just
losers in your
assuming.
queue are like absolute. Imagine going in a queue to Bonnie Blue. Imagine standing there like a cuck with all these other guys waiting
That's
to
just
get a
you
bit of pussy.
assuming.
Do you know what that is? That's a byproduct of people like you just ruining society. Because guys who should be doing what I do, going out and chatting to girls and pulling girls and being normal, handling rejection, handling
You don't need to handle
emotions and
rejection,
whatever.
though, if you don't want to.
No, that's what you should be doing. That's what you should be looking at. But guys are looking at, oh, it's all right. I don't need to learn how to have any social skills. I don't need to go to the gym. I don't
We
need to
have
make
got
money
social
because I can
skills.
still get naan bread by standing in a queue waiting for that. That's what you're putting out
They've
there.
literally just had 12
Why would I
hours of
talk
social
to the
skills.
losers? Why would I talk to the
Because you
losers
just want to sit
who
there
stand
and
in your
shoot.
queue?
If
But
you
why
want
would I
proper
stand to the?
views, then if you went to that event and interviewed them people, I guarantee you'd have a spike in views.
Why would I go? No. I might have a spike in views. I might have a spike in views.
So you just
but
think,
I
why
would
would I?
bully
One,
them.
you're sitting
It would
there
be
and shooting.
it would be a bully show
Some
because
of
I
them
would.
people would knock you out, put sense into
They
you.
would mate.
Oh,
all right,
what,
okay.
have you seen that?
All
Have you
right,
spoke
all
to
right,
them?
okay,
No.
okay. You might have a fucking UFC fighter in your queue who might beat me up, yeah. He's still standing there waiting to fuck you after hundreds of other people
Oh,
have
what,
fucked
and
you.
that's gay,
That
that's
doesn't mean
weird.
just because someone would beat me up doesn't mean I wouldn't bully them. I'd still bully them.
Yeah,
then we'd have a
you'd be able
fight.
to say, hey, look, I'm actually not disgusting. Like I said, it's your opinion and that's fine.
So do you think
but
the
it's
guys
not
that queue up for
factual.
you are losers? Do you think the
No.
guys that queue up for you? No.
They're
No?
genuinely
So
nice
you date
people.
one of them?
Yeah.
You would,
The last
yeah? That would be
person
your
I dated
husband?
was in my queue.
No, yeah, you're just tapped in the head then. You've lost
I'm
the
not
plot.
tapped.
You can't even say you're sane.
I am
No
sane.
one around you would even back that you're sane. Nobody.
Yes, they would.
No one in this world. What do your parents say about this?
They generally are proud.
No, they're
and
not.
This one, it's generally boring.
They're not. They're
It's
not.
actually boring me.
They are
I'm sitting in
not.
having the same conversation. Oh, your
They're
parents don't
not.
support you. Oh, they're disgusting.
Mate, they can't look at you and think that that's normal. You've
They
lost the
are,
plot.
they do.
You dated a guy from your queue.
Yeah, he was really sweet.
Are your parents swingers?
No,
Have ever had a swinger background?
no.
They
Just
definitely have.
A very
They definitely have.
I'm generally getting bored.
definitely have.
We're saying the same show and repeat.
Well,
yes, my
I've-
family support me. Yes, they love me. No, they don't find me disgusting. They adore me. I've got a good
You
relationship
dated
with them.
someone who was standing in your queue,
Yes,
and you think that that's normal.
they're normal, nice guys. Yes.
You're trying to normalize this.
It is normal. Like, I'm not saying sleeping with 1,000 people is normal. Hence the reason it causes such an uproar and so many people are disgusted by it.
How many people do you sleep with a week?
Some weeks none. Like, some weeks 5, some weeks 300. It really depends.
You've lost the plot
The
on
thing
it.
is, though, what you can't say, I'm very transparent. I don't hide anything. I say, this is what I'm doing, this is what I enjoy. I'm never saying, like, if someone else came to me and says, I'm happily married, I only ever want to sleep with one person for the rest of my life, that's also fine. I'm not saying people should do what I do. I just want people to be happy and do what they enjoy. If that's sleeping with 1,000 people, if that's, you know, being a swinger or just having a just relationship with one person, then that's fine. I don't care. I just want people to be happy, and whatever that looks like for them, then so be it.
You can see how the conversation's obviously going, right? You know, they're having the same. It's always the same questions coming up in the interviews. Bonnie's starting to get frustrated with it because it's your parents don't love you, they must think you're disgusting, all the rest of it. She claims and doubles down on the fact that apparently they absolutely do adore her, and you know everything is cushy, right? But the next part of it is that Bonnie claims that women actually idolize her. Now, obviously that's a very subjective thing, right? You know, someone being idolized. I don't know if that's actually the case. By the way, for context, this is on a trip to Ibiza. So I think there was also claims, allegedly, I don't know how true these were. It was an out of context clip that I saw, so I'm not going to include it in the video because I don't know if it's true. Obviously, Gary Lineker's brother, Wayne Lineker, has a club out in Ibiza, and I think there might have been a conversation about them, you know, hooking up for OF content. I don't know how true that is. I know that Wayne Lineker's a bit of a dog. So, yeah. Anyway, idolising women.
You can't think
The
of it because there's
average
none.
person.
Name me one. Name me one. Name me
Just
one.
the
You can't
average
name me
person
one.
that goes to work.
You can't
and
name me
just
one.
for
You
fun.
can't name me one.
Literally, most people.
You cannot name me one though.
Yeah, but most women will just go to
What
work.
girl is worse to idolise than this? That is all. Like you are just showing the world of girls what not to be.
No,
And the
it's
thing is, you know what the thing is, yeah? I actually think you're probably a nice girl. Like, you probably are actually a nice person.
Yeah.
But you've just got caught up in all this clout shit.
I've not got
and
caught
being a
up.
hoe. And the same way I
Okay,
have
so
to
if
go
we're saying
out,
about caught
the
up or
same
getting
way I
clout,
have to go out
why
and get
did you invite me to
clips.
sit here?
For clout.
Yeah.
For clout. Exactly. Why are you
Most girls
here?
do
For
stuff.
clout. We're
Yeah.
both here for clout. But I'm
But I
public.
don't deny that. I'm not.
Neither do I though, but I'm publicising the right thing right now. And that's me who's not a snowflake. What you're doing is actually damaging, and it's probably not even who you are.
Go on, who is it
Because
damaging?
you are pretty. You are pretty. No one's going to deny that. I'm not going to deny it. So when you say, oh, would I let her slop me off? The way you're talking now, behaving, bruv, if I was pissed and it was like, maybe a little slops, maybe, okay? I'll be honest, maybe there'd be a chance of slops, but...
I mean, it's obviously the way that he ends that is just gets me every time. But you know, he also goes on this like little rant of attempting to humble her, obviously through the whole slot me off conversation, and you know, not doing that. And you know, she claims that people do idolize her, put her on a pedestal. She's doing good stuff for society, and it kind of goes against the whole narrative, obviously, of what everyone else is saying. But the whole thing not briefly, it swiftly comes to an end when Lily May walks on and goes to talk to him. Obviously, I don't know if that was a stream snipe thing. I don't know if this was pre-planned or whatever. But at that point, Bonnie Blue is out, right? And this is how it starts. This is the beginning of the end.
Oh, shit.
Didn't tell me you was going to be here.
Sorry. Forgot.
You alright? You having a nice day?
Not a date, just a little interview. Oh.
Where are you going?
Can I not get up? Oh, are you going to tell me I can't get up?
You can get up if you want.
Enjoy your time.
I'm enjoying it.
God.
Bonnie, why are you rattled?
I'm not right. I'm just getting
Sit
pissed
down.
off.
Come on, sit down.
I'm just getting bored.
Take
of
a
it
chill
now.
pill. Sit down,
How much
girl.
longer? I'm genuinely getting bored.
Sit down,
It's the
girl.
same conversations.
Sit down, girl.
Huh? Nah, I'm just getting
Come on,
bored.
Bonnie. Sit down.
Huh? We'll just go. I'm just getting bored, but. Ready to go?
Do you know what? She can't take being pressed.
I can't take it. I'm just getting bored.
No, you just can't take being pressed. It's fine. You can't take. I'm on
I
it.
did an interview.
I said no, but I didn't watch that interview. I didn't watch it.
Last night, and it was an absolute shit show.
I didn't.
No one was there.
My party had 500 people there. You literally said how good it was. You turned up and said how good it was, and then text me saying that you wanted to come to the one on Wednesday, but you've got to fly somewhere else. Why are you lying? Why are you See, now you're lying on the camera. Why?
Shall we show the video?
Bonnie, why are you lying?
Everyone's saying.
Bonnie, you took your mic off, you dumb blonde. Put the mic on. Put the mic on, you dumb blonde. See you later, you little tart.
And at that point, obviously, it just kind of all goes downhill, right? Obviously, HS Tiki Toki's completely lost it. He resorts to calling her names. Like I said before, at that point, you know, you've kind of lost the whole thing. Bonnie Blue then obviously leaves, doesn't pay the bill, leaves it to HS TikTok, in which he's just like, nah, you're not paying for it. I'm not paying for it.
Two waters, but the girl who was there, Bonnie Blue, she ordered that bread and that Diet Coke and didn't pay for it, so I'm not involved with that bread. It's not my bill.
It was your friend.
No, it's not my friend. I don't know her. She come and sat here to film some videos. I don't know who she is. It's her bread and her sparkling water and her Coke. Can I pay?
I don't know, it's just crazy. But then he talks about how she got upset afterwards, obviously, and apparently she went off. She was very upset about it, started crying.
Swear. Wait, is she crying? Is she on stream? She genuinely got a face only a paid actor could love. Yeah, she ain't fit. She's fucking butters. She looks 50, mate. She looks absolutely ran through and fucking retired.
I mean, he spent the whole time gassing her up as well, though. Like, there are a couple of things where I'm like, the fuck is this guy, like, talking about? Like, there are parts of it that I agree with, and that's like why I stated it at the start of the video. And then there's a couple of things where I'm like, the fuck are you on about? Like, you literally were gassing her up the whole interview about how pretty she is, and now suddenly she's aired you, she's walked off, you've upset her, and now suddenly she's butters, she's a scat, she's ugly, you know, she looks 50. Just looks like a retired, like she's been run through. I don't know, it's weird. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, I don't like either of the people that are on it, but this is him also kind of talking about how she got upset afterwards.
Perfectly, and I'm the only person who spoke to her that's been able to get the proper point across. Simple as that. Simple as that. She could not take the sauce. She could not take the articulation of facts that were coming out of my voice. That's the first roast that she couldn't take. I didn't cook her. Why'd she leave then? Why was she crying, bruv? She was literally crying because she got cooked.
I mean, I don't know, it's weird that a guy who is actually on the run from the police in the UK is taking the moral high ground. It's weird. It's really weird. Like, I don't know, man. There were, like I say, there were things that I agree with and she got pressed on. But then, like, I don't know, I also just think that, like, he's just as much a scumbag. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just, like, he is no one to be taking the high ground. But, you know, he did speak facts in a lot of what he said. And that seems to be the internet's sentiment as well. Like this video here, which kind of talks about how, you know, people just never thought that they would actually agree with HS TikTok.
HS TikTok went in on Bonnie Blue, and he told her things that we were all thinking, watch this.
Never, because I am wet and I enjoy it. But instead you're just going to sit there and go, nah mate, that's
You're wet
disgusting.
thinking of the dollar signs, and you are absolutely ruining society with your actions.
Really?
And it's actually sad. And
Now, I'm not a fan of HS. I don't like his arrogance, and I don't like his persona. But in this interview, the way that he handles Bonnie Blue, and he absolutely just tells it straight to the point, exactly how it is bang on. I couldn't have done it better myself. I also don't have a problem with women that want to make money from their own body. That's perfectly fine. But then publicising sleeping with 1,000 men in a day is just disgusting. And making it become like a thing that other women want to do is also really disgusting.
I know you're going to look back and regret it.
This is what everyone
There are
says.
other things.
You can see, you get the idea, right? So people kind of seem to be Team HS TikTok on this one. I don't know. It's just funny that this is what's happened, and you know, she got pressed by him. She left, wasn't happy with how it was going, perceivingly from the outside looking in. She claimed she was bored. Could be the case. I mean, every interview with Bonnie Blue is literally the same. The Andrew Tate one was the same. HS TikTok was the same. Everyone asked the same questions. And they just instantly go for, like, the slut shaming. And I just think that, you know, if you're going to do it that way, you're not going to get anything. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, jump to get the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.